to Turn Pain into Power podcast. Y'all, today's topic is going to blow your minds away because I can't believe we have not covered this. Today's topic is called A Spiritually Cheap Man is Worse Than a Financially Cheap Man. And I will tell you why. Some of these signs may be trigger warnings, especially if you are a survivor from narcissistic abuse. So I just want to put that out there. Please remember to check out the custom t-shirts and the art pieces available on TikTok, PainintoPOWER Shop. And I will be going live this week, y'all. The wait is over. I will keep you guys posted on TikTok when I will be going live. Yeah, so stay tuned to my live art showcases on TikTok, PainintoPOWER Shop. And please, y'all, remember to thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. This is how you show YouTube that you love what you see. It's absolutely free. I'm dropping gems for free, putting you on game, and bringing awareness to narcissistic abuse. So yes, y'all, let's hop right into today's topic. So what can be worse than a cheap man that is financially cheap? You got that right. A spiritually cheap man. Number one. Maybe asking, how can it get worse than a cheap man? How can it get worse than a financially cheap man that always puts their partner in a position to feel like they are starving or they're being breadcrumbed, or what they're asking for is simply too much to ask to that person that is abusive? Y'all, what can be worse than a financially cheap man? A spiritually cheap man. And I will tell you why. A spiritually cheap man is cheap with their time. When a man is cheap with their time, y'all, they are spiritually drowning you. You are always left feeling like you are gasping for air. Like they can never make enough time for you at that. If they do make time for you, they guilt trip you. They make you feel like they are doing such a big thing by making time for you that you should be grateful of any time they make for you. It'll always seem like it's not enough time because it'll be for a short amount of time, or it'll simply not be intentional, which means they'll be there, but they will not be present. They'll always be on their phone. They'll be they'll be distracted with other things. The point of the matter is that when a man is spiritually cheap, he will be cheap with you. He will be cheap with you across the board. Number one is going to be with their time, because this puts them in a position of power. Yes, we are going to dig deep, y'all. And for my ladies out there, your feelings are valid. When you are constantly trying to make time with your partner or with whoever you are simply dating or in a relationship with, spending time with, trying to get to know each other, and it always feels like you're pulling teeth to get them to make time for you, they are doing this on purpose, and they are spiritually cheap. They're doing this on purpose because they're trying to put you in a position of always begging, which means they're putting themselves in a position of power. So basically, this is when they dangle the fruit in front of you and then they take it away. One of the things that I can remember when I dated a spiritually cheap man is that the time we did spend, so yes, the little time that they make for you that make you feel like they're doing such a huge sacrifice by making time for you, because they're extremely selfish. That's number one. But the time they do make for you is always inconsistent and full of interruptions. Now, what do I mean by full of interruptions? If you're talking to somebody that makes you feel like you're inconveniencing them by asking to spend time, by them making you feel some type of way about them making time for you, and then when they finally make time for you, they sit up there and they allow other people to come in between y'all time. So the time that you do spend together are full of interruptions. This goes right into when they are not present. When they're there, but they're not present, child, that man's spiritually cheap. Number two, spiritually cheap man is easily accessible by everyone and anyone that strokes their ego. Now listen, when a man is easily accessible and is spiritually cheap, he is just looking for supply to stroke his ego, meaning he's going to be easily accessible to anyone that strokes his ego. He's going to lack self-control. And with that being said, he also lacks discipline, meaning that he is unable to resist temptation. When a man lacks discipline, y'all, woo, that is huge. When a man lacks discipline, he lacks self-control, which means he is going to be out here being accessible to everyone, because at the end of the day, they're looking for their next supply to feed their ego, to feed their flesh. So whatever temptation comes across, don't you second guess. That man is going to be out there not resisting temptation, just feeding the flesh. That also comes with a spiritually cheap man, because they're only out for self. I'm just gonna give it to y'all raw. They're only out for self because they're only trying to feed their self. Even in a relationship, they're not reciprocal. Reciprocation was never what they have a partner sign up for. What a partner signs up for to be with a spiritually cheap man is to feed that selfish bastard. Yes, to feed their selfish needs, their selfish, needy ego. Number 3, a spiritually cheap man is cheap with the type of attention that he gives you. Yes, y'all. This one here is also is deep. When a man is cheap with the type of attention he gives you, he puts no love into anything that he pays you. Any attention that he pays you is not intentional, is not going to come from the heart. He will rather take you out to an expensive dinner with no thought into it than to actually think of something that you like to do. Think of something intentional that comes from the heart. So when a man is spiritually cheap, trust and believe he's going to be cheap with the type of attention that he pays you. It's never going to be something that is well thought of, something that generally comes from the heart, something that is out of love. No, it's always going to be controlled and strategic just to keep you around. Basically, it's going to be breadcrumbing. They're just going to do just enough to keep you coming back, to keep you thinking that they actually have some love for you. Nothing's going to feel like it's coming from a place of intention, from a place of deep, genuine love. Number 4, a spiritually cheap man is cheap with their love. Yes, y'all. The type of love that they show you, it's going to be very calculated. It's going to be very bare minimum. Just like I mentioned in number 3, it's going to be breadcrumbing, because it's only going to be enough to keep you around. It's only going to be enough to keep you around, to keep you thinking they're interested, when in reality, they have another agenda, and that's self. That is feeding their flesh. That is satisfying their temporary needs, their temporary pleasures. They're only showing you a bare minimum, just enough to get by type of love to keep you around. And it kind of goes back when you dangle the fruit in front of somebody and then you take it away. Even in that theory, you're dangling it to show them, I got something shiny and I want to share it with you. And that pullback, baby, that tells you somebody's genuine intentions. When they pull back like that, when they change up on you like that, and they stop pouring into you. Matter of fact, when the relationship is not reciprocal, that pullback tells on themselves. It tells on their agenda that they never intended to share anything with you. They only intended to keep you around, to satisfy their needs and then throw you away. Please remember to thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And remember, when you subscribe to the channel, this is how you start your journey on turning your pain into power. And remember to check out the custom t-shirts and the art pieces available on TikTok, Pain Into Power Shop. And stay tuned for the weekly art showcases on TikTok. I will be going live this week, y'all. The wait is over. All right. Let's regroup. Back to the topic at hand. Number 5. And to me, number 5 really wraps it up very, very intentionally. It wraps it up to a T, because this is the nature of the beast. A spiritually cheap man is cheap with their intentions, meaning their intentions are only to satisfy their fleshly needs. Their intention is to keep you around and use you for sex, temporary validation, and attention. Yes, a selfish, spiritually cheap man demands a lot of attention, and he keeps you around with the intention of fulfilling that need. Their intentions are never to love you. They're never to feed into you. They're never to nourish you, to nurture you. They're never to fill you up. They're never reciprocal. Cut that out, because a spiritually cheap man is just out here to use you. They just want to use you for what they need you for. And their intentions are going to be very cheap. It's going to be very surface level. It's going to be things of the flesh. It's going to be either for a partner to drink with, a partner to have sex with, a partner that validates their very existence, a partner to go ahead and boost their ego. Yes, y'all. So if you ask me what is worse than a financially cheap man, a man that's cheap with their pockets, I'm always going to say a spiritually cheap man. Yes, y'all. I hope this helps. I hope this brings clarity to my ladies that are out here trying to date, that are out here maybe healing from a narcissistic abusive relationship, that are really out here trying to heal and pour into others what they may have not received. Because the truth of the matter is, a person that has a lot of love to give, a person that has healing energy, an empath like myself, a super empath like myself, needs to really understand not only their value and what they bring to the table, but they really need to understand that a selfish man, a spiritually cheap man, is never going to be the one to fulfill them. Is never going to be the one to reciprocate that love that they give out. Is never going to be the one that values them. They're always going to stick to putting you in a dynamic where you are defenseless, hopeless, helpless, and they're always going to position yourself in a position of power. And in order to do that, they have to starve you from the very thing that they know you crave. Yes, y'all, that was deep. I did not have planned to go that deep into this, but I'm glad I did. I thank the Holy Spirit each and every time. And thank you for tuning into today's episode on Turn Pain into Power podcast. It is a blessing to be a blessing and to serve my community with this wisdom. Yes. Please remember to thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And thank you again for tuning into today's episode. And please make sure you check out the custom t-shirts available on TikTok and the art pieces, TikTok Pain into Power Shop. And tune into them live art showcases. I will go live this week. Promise that. Have a blessed one.